Moin moin und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge und auch Aufnahme von Tales of Symphonia. Wir haben für Faule... So, das haben wir ja schon mal gehabt. Okay, das kann ich aber nicht abbrechen, aber ich kann labern dabei. Wir haben gegen Asuka und Luna gekämpft, aber die haben uns natürlich gnadenlos verkloppt. Ich überlege gerade, ob man was tauschen kann in den Angriffen. Also Rains Photon halt auf jeden Fall auf Deutsch, macht kein Damage, weil das ja Licht ist und Asuka ist ja wie bekanntlich und Luna Elementargeister des Lichts. Das heißt, wir müssten vielleicht gucken, ob wir die Technik tauschen können. Da Photon hat sie drin, aber die hat halt Lichtangriff so generell, ne? Vielleicht müssen wir den Char wechseln, der hat ja noch Heilung. Heilt ein Mitglied der Gruppe. Das ist halt doof. Zelos hat auch First Aid und Healing Wind. Heilt alle Mitglieder innerhalb eines Gebiets. Vielleicht sollten wir Zelos mitnehmen. Kann der denn solche Attacken vergessen? Nee, nur die blauen. Tauschen Marcellos gegen Rain und Pressia würde ich dann gegen Regal tauschen. Oder Colette? Was kann denn Colette? Die macht auch Lichtschaden hauptsächlich, das Blödsinn. Er macht physische Schäden und Chines macht Wasser und die anderen. Eigentlich muss man vielleicht Chines mit reinnehmen noch. Ich würde es einfach mal probieren. Ich habe keine Ahnung, ob das funktioniert. Ja. Aber ich will nicht als... So, ich möchte als China laufen. China. China in your hands. Ach Mist, ich dachte, ich könnte ihm ausweichen. War das letzte Mal schon so. Tja. So, das können wir auch mehr oder weniger aufhalten.
Hear me out. The Darius Karlon core system. If you form the pact with a summoned spirit, the protection around the Great Seed will...
And that's exactly what we...
Don't you understand? What you're hoping for will not happen.
Silence! Do you think we'll pass up this opportunity? Lloyd! Leave it. Go now. Form the pact with the summoned spirit of...
This is it. The protection around the Great Seed will finally fall after this pact.
We're counting on you, Sheena. You got...
Ja.
I am Sheena. I ask that thou and establish a new
Wenn ich
pact
nochmal
with
sterben sollte, dann schneide ich das raus. Den Weg dahin und das ganze Gelaber. Kann man ja nicht abbrechen. Braucht man ja nicht jedes Mal aufs Neue sehen.
Show me thy true strength. Get
So, ich glaube, wir sollten zuerst Asuka fertig machen.
ready. Not chance. Get ready.
Here we go!
Fireball. Force seal. You're gonna be kidding me. Force seal.
Ready for this?
Wir ziehen dem halt nichts ab, ne? Vielleicht sollte ich einen schwarzen Quarz nehmen.
Get ready. Full time.
So, wer haut denn hier bitte?
Full time.
Heilt hier nicht irgendjemand mal?
No way.
Ready for this? First aid!
Come get some. Near thrust.
Ready for this?
No way.
First aid!
Dann macht den Vogel hier platt. Nein, raus hier. Oh, Alter, diese Attacke.
Watch out, ready? Get ready. Full time.
You're gonna
Get him. Shumway. Lights.
This takes concentration.
Watch out, Dave. Get ready. Play. Force field.
Wie wär's, wenn mich mal jemand heilt? Was ist denn hier los?
Get ready. Full time.
You okay?
Ready.
You okay?
Full time. Guardian seal. Come get some. Air thrust. Get ready. Full time. Don't mess with me.
Die soll sich ruhig mal selber,
Get ready. Ready? Play. Purgatory. Get ready. Be careful. Charge. Guardian seal. Thunderblade.
Ready for this? You okay?
Lights.
You're the shot.
Oh, Celos hält ja mal überhaupt nichts aus. Was ist der denn für ein Otto, ey?
Full time. Guardian seal.
So, wie viel brauchen wir denn noch für den Vogel? 3000, geil. Theoretisch könnten wir das schaffen.
Full time.
Müsste halt...
Stalagmite.
Ah, schon zu spät. Komm, wir machen den jetzt platt auf.
Ready. Full time. Father.
Leck mich doch am Arsch.
I'm sorry.
Nee, nee, nee.
Ready for this?
There. Ready? Ready. Full time.
Komm. Ja, der ist platt.
You okay?
Get. Ready.
You okay?
Der soll mal schön Zelos aufhelfen. Und Zelos soll mal schön alle heilen. Kann der das nicht? Healing Wind? Warum kann er das nicht ausfüllen? Das raff ich nicht. So, was haben wir denn noch?
Here you go.
Ready. Full time.
Here we go.
Power field. Stalagmite.
Fireball.
So, wie viel hat die Alte denn jetzt noch? Wir werden die doch wohl platt kriegen. 9000. Ich nehme noch mal einen schwarzen Quarz. So, der soll sich mal schön selber ein Zitrusgel.
Ready for this? First aid. Ready for this? First aid.
Oh, keine TP mehr. Ich nehme mal ein Mischgel.
First aid.
All right. Gravity well.
Ja, geil. Dann macht die ruhig platt.
First aid.
Schön immer drauf. Komm, die wird doch jetzt bald kaputt sein. Vor der Attacke habe ich ein bisschen Angst.
Don't bother me.
Yeah.
Let's create a new pact.
Geil, kaputt. Sehr gut.
Evil doesn't stand a chance.
Und ich dachte eigentlich, mit der Gruppe schaffe ich das nicht. Regaled Heaven's Charge. Aber alle Level up, krass.
Thou art powerful. Now state thy vow upon which thou wilt base our pact.
I vow to germinate the great seed in order to realize the true regeneration of both worlds.
We accept thy vow. Our power is thine.
Erhalten Topaz. China lernt Summon Seal Light. China lernt Summon Light.
You did it. No.
Sah tendenziell ungesund aus.
What's happening?
Oh my god.
Is that the giant Carlon tree? That person. I feel like I've met her somewhere before.
Martel.
Martel? That woman about to be consumed by the tree is Martel?
She reminds me of someone. She reminds me of...
Why would Martel reappear with that giant grotesque tree?
I was afraid this would happen.
What do you mean?
Having lost the stability afforded by the protection of the summoned spirits, the Great Seed has gone out of control.
No. The purpose of the summoned spirits was to isolate the Great Seed from the outside world and prevent it from growing.
That was only half of it. The two worlds were forced out of phase by Yggdrasil. They should have drifted apart from each other and have been consumed by the void. But this was prevented from happening because the Great Seed was placed in the center between the two worlds.
I don't need a lecture from you to know that.
The Great Seed is constantly being pulled upon from both worlds as they try to separate from one another. It's a miracle that this delicate balance held up for even this long.
Wait. So the mana link served as a cage to contain the Great Seed in the space between the two worlds? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. And because you provided the unstable Great Seed with mana, it germinated in a twisted form and has gone out of control. It's even engulfed Martel.
Who cares why this happened? I want to know what's gonna happen if we can't stop this thing.
If what Kratos says is true, then Silverrun will be consumed and destroyed by the Great Seed. And if Silverrun is, Tetheala will be destroyed as well, as it is linked by the holy ground of Carlon and the otherworldly gate.
Then everyone will die.
Everyone, except that twisted tree, and the angels that live on Daris Carlon.
We have to do something!
But what can we do?
Ewan, how do you plan to rectify this situation?
We can cut off the mana flow and stop the seed from receiving any more mana.
But that won't subdue the giant tree. The process has already begun.
Is the giant tree going crazy like that in Tetheala too?
Highly unlikely, although I imagine they are feeling some effects, such as earthquakes.
That makes sense. Because Colette activated the process of world regeneration, the summoned spirits of Silverrun are now active. Therefore, the giant tree was drawn over here by Silverrun's summoned spirits.
Correct. The summoned spirits exchange their respective roles of yin and yang each time a chosen's quest for world regeneration succeeds. Currently, the summoned spirits of Silverrun are carrying out the role of yang by providing the mana. But because the giant tree has overabsorbed Silverrun's mana, it is gone.
If that's the case, couldn't we neutralize it? By blasting it with the power of the opposing summoned spirits?
Whoa, Lloyd! You actually understood what we were talking about?
Shut it, Genus. Professor once said that the negative and positive of a magnet neutralize each other. This is kind of the same thing, right?
That's not quite right, Lloyd. But nonetheless, it's a clever idea coming from you.
Even if we did decide to try and set the summoned spirits of Tetheala against it, how are we gonna go about doing that? We can't get close to that crazy thing the way it is now.
The mana cannon.
Mana cannon? That machine Rodile was building?
We were actually manipulating Rodile into building that. Before the mana link started to disappear, we planned to have Rodile destroy the Tower of Salvation.
So you're suggesting we feed the mana of Tetheala's summoned spirits into the mana cannon and fire it at the giant tree. I suppose there's no better option right now.
First, we need to shut off the current flow of mana to the tree. It'll be too late if the tree grows any larger.
Then here's the plan. Ewan, I'm going to pretend I don't know who you've been working with or what you've been doing. In exchange, you're going to order the renegades to stop fight. Meanwhile, Lloyd's group will head for the mana cannon.
All right. It's not possible, sir.
Vorcistis has executed our Azalea Ranch infiltration team.
What does that mean?
The Azalea Ranch is still operational. We had people working undercover switch over the mana flow.
In other words, we have to infiltrate the place right now and stop the flow.
Then I shall go.
You? Are you suggesting we should send you, our enemy, to do this by yourself?
I'll send some of my men.
Preparations for the mana cannon, the shutdown of the mana reactors throughout the world. There are too many things we need the renegades to do. You don't have enough troops to do everything.
I'll go.
Wait, what are you saying? We have to head for the mana cannon.
You and the renegades can take care of the mana cannon. Kratos and the rest of us will infiltrate the Azalea Ranch. Fire the mana cannon when we give you the word. You wouldn't be able to trust the signal if it came from Kratos alone, right?
Well, that's true, but...
Is it about Chocolat?
That's right. Chocolat is held at the Azalea Ranch. Lloyd, you remembered your promise.
All right, we'll leave it to you then. Don't let us down.
Let's go, guys.
Kratos hat sich der Gruppe angeschlossen. Kratos erhält den Titel Verräter.